She wore this full face of heavy makeup to tell everyone about the skincare routine that she's starting to launch and sell. Mikayla Nogueira is known for her makeup TikToks and for her hot takes on beauty products, and also for mascara gate scandals and lying about a mascara when it's actually fake eyelashes.
Do you remember that hushed excitement that rushes through a community whenever an influencer hints at a secret they've been carrying for years? It's the promise of long-awaited truth, a buried confession, or some juicy revelation that keeps everyone glued to their screens. That's exactly what happened when Mikayla Nogueira, a beauty guru with millions of followers, casually announced she had something major to reveal, something she'd been holding onto for 2 whole years. Her cryptic teasers sent social media into a frenzy. Comment sections erupted with guesses, and excited fans were certain they'd finally see closure on one of her biggest controversies. But as it turned out, the real bombshell wasn't the confession people had hoped for. Instead, Mikayla's revelation took an entirely different path, leaving the community both stunned and slightly deflated. People quickly realized this secret wasn't about old scandals. It was the launch of her brand new line, POV Beauty, a skincare collection aimed at prepping your face for makeup. In a world oversaturated with influencer-backed products, you can imagine how quickly everyone's hopes, critiques, and controversies collided. That collision is what we're unpacking today. In this story, we'll look at how fans went from anticipating a big confession about Lash Gate to confronting a skincare launch that, for many, felt anticlimactic. We'll talk about how the entire community reacted, how investors and behind-the-scenes partnerships may have nudged Mikayla's grand reveal, and why some are already labeling POV Beauty a potential occupant of future discount store shelves. By the end, you'll decide for yourself whether Mikayla's new venture can survive the pressure, or whether it will become just another cautionary tale in the world of influencer brands. For anyone unfamiliar, Mikayla Nogueira is no stranger to viral fame. She skyrocketed on social media by showcasing bold, glamorous makeup looks, from intricately blended eyeshadows to impeccably laid false lashes. Fans fell in love with her accent, down-to-earth vibe, and her eagerness to dole out opinions on everything from drugstore lipsticks to high-end foundations. She became a reliable presence on TikTok's For You pages, offering product reviews and tutorials that helped people navigate an overwhelming beauty market. However, her unfiltered approach hit a snag when a controversy, dubbed by viewers as Lash Gate, unfolded. Mikayla once reviewed a mascara, apparently showing off its spectacular results. Many swore she'd snuck on false lashes to artificially enhance the effect, but Mikayla said nothing definitive to clear the air. The incident angered viewers who felt misled. Online chatter grew louder with each passing day, calling for her to address the rumor. Yet, a full-blown confession never came. Time passed, and new topics arose, but fans never quite forgot Lash Gate. In the midst of it all, Mikayla also showcased success in brand partnerships, from drugstore lines to prestige labels. She solidified her place as one of the platform's premier makeup influencers. That's why, when she teased a secret she'd guarded for 2 years, the internet felt certain this was it. The day of reckoning had arrived. Or so they thought. It started with a single TikTok. Mikayla said she was mentally preparing to reveal something that had weighed on her for 2 years. Almost immediately, her comment section lit up with excited speculation. She's finally going to admit the lashes were fake. Some fans politely told her they'd support her no matter what. Others demanded she come clean and show accountability. To fuel the fire, Mikayla played along. She responded with winking emojis and vague replies, giving everyone just enough hope that they might witness a rare influencer confession. It was a brilliant marketing strategy, building tension around an issue that had lived rent-free in the beauty community's collective memory. Each new nudge from her side felt like an acknowledgement that, yes, maybe the Lashgate truth would finally see daylight. Then came another TikTok. Mikayla, looking serious and emotional, teased that this unveiling was tied to her legacy. She hinted that her career as a content creator was about to transform into something bigger, something she'd been carefully molding behind the scenes. Once again, fans latched onto these words. Talk spread like wildfire. Was she referencing false lashes, or was it another project altogether? When the official announcement dropped, it wasn't what the community expected. Mikayla posted a polished cinematic video unveiling a skincare line called POV Beauty, short for Point of View. According to Mikayla, these 5 products are designed to help you achieve that ultra-smooth canvas before makeup. No more rummaging through multiple brands to cobble together a workable routine. In her emotional video, she said she dreamed about a brand that felt personal, impactful, and universal. She described traveling to Korea, working closely with labs to curate formulations that layer harmoniously beneath primers, foundations, and powders. She also declared herself the founder, making it clear she wasn't the chief executive or sole owner. This subtle choice of words, founder, echoed cautionary tales of influencer brands where the face of the company gets blamed for corporate mishaps, like questionable product quality or hidden manufacturing issues. But rather than celebrating en masse, many viewers tilted their heads in confusion. The reveal clashed with their expectations. They'd braced themselves for a big confession about Lashgate, only to be greeted by a meticulously choreographed brand launch. Disappointment spread fast among those who had wanted closure on a past controversy. Others simply felt underwhelmed by the product line itself. Instead of a flamboyant color cosmetics collection that matched Mikayla's bold persona, she introduced a skincare concept with minimalistic packaging. One of the immediate critiques was how similar POV Beauty's packaging looked to other minimalist, neutral-toned skincare lines on the market. Observers swarmed social media to compare it to Rhode, the brand by Hailey Bieber, which famously highlights glazing as a major theme. Mikayla's line includes items called Glaze It, a primer, Whip It, a hydrating cream, Drip It, a nourishing glow serum, Drench It, a soothing priming milk, and Amp It, a lip ampule. The emphasis on glossy, dewy finishes, plus that word glaze, triggered immediate flashbacks to Rhode's glazing milk. To some, this was too big a coincidence to ignore. Reactions on social media ranged from sarcastic to genuinely puzzled. People asked if Mikayla was, in essence, launching a dupe line. Others pointed out that the simplistic, monochrome packaging was reminiscent of The Ordinary or Glossier, with the brand name typed in a clean, all lowercase style. The resemblance was enough to spark multiple side-by-side posts that racked up thousands of likes. Mikayla's decision to reveal her skincare brand while wearing a dramatic, full-beat face only added to the confusion. If she wanted to show off the raw skin benefits or real results, many asked, why not demonstrate these formulations on a bare face? The mismatch left some viewers feeling the video was more staged for glam aesthetics, rather than highlighting the practical benefits of skin prep. Beyond packaging, the broader disappointment revolved around how Mikayla teased her reveal. Fans had latched onto the idea that this was going to be a heartfelt confession about Lashgate. The incident had left a sour taste for many, particularly those who felt personally duped. The notion that Mikayla was finally about to say, "Yes, I wore false lashes in that mascara review," generated significant hype. Then to see it was about a brand launch stung for people who wanted closure or honesty. Some cynics claimed she never intended to address the lash fiasco at all, but simply used that speculation to build momentum around POV Beauty. While one could argue it was just savvy marketing, it left a portion of her audience feeling manipulated. Marketing is a powerful tool, and when teased confessions lead nowhere, it's easy to interpret the scenario as exploitative. As always, Mikayla's biggest supporters didn't see it that way. They applauded her for following her dreams, for building a brand after working at Ulta, and seeing firsthand how people struggled with basic skin prep. They loved that she used her platform to collaborate with labs in Korea, widely respected for advanced skincare technology, and create something designed to help makeup look its best. In this sense, her fans viewed the brand as a love letter to everyone who shops for 10 different skincare items just to prep for one makeup look. Money always factors into new brand launches, especially in an era where consumers value affordability as much as they do product performance. Early reports indicated prices that struck some as high. Articles and online posts speculated that Drench It might run at $34, Drip It at $36, Whip It at $38, Glaze It at $28, and Amp It at $22. These are mid-tier to higher-end prices, close enough to competitor lines like Rhode. Critics argued that influencer skincare rarely justifies the markup because it lacks the heritage, research, or pharmaceutical-grade expertise of established companies. Supporters countered that Mikayla isn't just slapping her name on private labeled goods. She visited labs, presumably invested in quality, and partnered with Imaginary Ventures, an investment group known for successful brands like Skims and Glossier. The question becomes, does that behind-the-scenes effort translate to trustworthy formulas, or is it all marketing hype? Timing also plays a part. Many consumers have grown weary of influencer lines saturating the market. Product after product, brand after brand, they pop up and fade just as quickly, sometimes hitting discount retailers like Marshall's or TJ Maxx sooner than expected. Skeptical voices predict that POV Beauty might follow that pattern. They point out that even the most prominent names, from Jaclyn Hill to Toddy Westbrook, have faced hurdles in sustaining long-term success. One detail Mikayla made crystal clear in her announcements was that she's the brand's founder, not its CEO. This distinction alludes to a bigger team behind her. Enter Imaginary Ventures, the investment management company that publicly celebrated its partnership with Mikayla. They have a track record of fueling fast-growing consumer brands, so their involvement hints that POV Beauty isn't just a quick influencer cash grab. Still, fans can't forget how other influencer brands with major backing have crashed in spectacular ways. Sometimes corporate decisions overshadow the influencer's creative control, leading to controversies around product formulas or shady business practices. In these scenarios, the influencer can't always fix the problem, leading to public outcry and damage that's hard to reverse. Mikayla, having watched fiascos like Jaclyn Hill's lipstick launch, probably wanted to head off accusations that she was single-handedly calling the shots. That might explain why she's been so vocal about being just a founder, presumably with a limited share in day-to-day operations. Another interesting thread involves Mikayla's shift in brand endorsements. Some folks noticed how she went from disliking Kosas, finding the products too oily, to becoming one of its biggest supporters. The same investment group behind POV Beauty is also tied to Kosas, fueling speculation that her newfound love for Kosas might be a byproduct of forging relationships with her brand's future investors. It's speculation, of course, but these behind-the-scenes alliances often shape influencers' public opinions in ways viewers can only guess at. Influencers frequently weigh in on each other's launches, and one of the loudest voices to react was Jeffree Star. Known for his unfiltered takes, Jeffree openly expressed disinterest in POV Beauty. He said he found the line uninspiring, especially since Mikayla's big reveal was overshadowed by the lingering Lashgate tension. He questioned the logic of showing off full makeup in a skincare launch and joked about the brand potentially heading to discount shelves if it fails to captivate consumers. The broader community wasn't any gentler. Skeptics took jabs at the packaging, called the brand name forgettable, and mocked the entire concept as a road knockoff. Others hammered Mikayla for misleading marketing, referencing that they were effectively lured in by talk of confessions when she'd planned a product launch all along. Even some of her fans admitted they felt conflicted, excited to see Mikayla's success, yet disappointed that Lashgate was once again skirted. On the flip side, a significant chunk of viewers quickly jumped to Mikayla's defense, suggesting the negative backlash was fueled by jealousy or an undue fixation on an old mascara scandal that should be left in the past. These loyal followers argued that the brand should be judged on its own merits. If the formulas actually deliver, if the packaging is user-friendly, and if it truly preps the skin for a flawless finish, then who cares about the drama, what the brand claims to solve? Mikayla's main talking point in interviews is that her days working at Ulta illuminated a common skincare prep problem. People constantly asked why their makeup didn't look as seamless or long-lasting as the images they saw online. Mikayla would respond by emphasizing that skincare is the real foundation underneath everything. She'd scurry around the store, collecting various products from different brands, primers, serums, moisturizers, to help them replicate her looks. POV Beauty, in her words, was conceived as a one-stop shop for that kind of routine. The idea is to piece together multiple steps that seamlessly blend into each other. Each formula, glaze it, whip it, drip it, drench it, and amp it, is meant to be layered without pilling or clashing. She wanted it to be a curated system rather than a random mishmash. If you buy the full set, you theoretically get everything needed to prep the complexion and lips before layering on foundation, concealer, eyeshadow, or whatever else you fancy. On paper, that sounds appealing. Makeup enthusiasts know the frustration of mixing and matching random products only to see them peel, oxidize, or clog pores. So, if the synergy claims are true, it might be a step forward in user-friendly skin prep. The question is whether that synergy truly justifies a full new brand, especially one priced near premium lines. If you've seen POV Beauty's new products, you've probably noticed something immediately. The packaging feels oddly familiar. Some people call it sleek and modern, but critics are already labeling it a visual mess because of the clashing fonts and inconsistent typography, and it's not just the packaging causing a stir, it's the product names themselves. With names like Glaze It, Drip It, and Drench It, many instantly thought of Hailey Bieber's Rhode skincare line, which famously popularized the term glazing. But Mikayla's branding isn't the only thing under scrutiny. Her marketing strategy is raising even more eyebrows. When she teased this big reveal, fans genuinely believed she might finally address the lingering Lashgate scandal. Instead, the build-up turned into a skincare launch. Critics call it a classic bait and switch, leveraging old drama for new hype. Yet supporters argue it's simply smart marketing, keeping everyone talking. Love it or hate it, Mikayla got exactly what she wanted: massive attention. Still, hype alone doesn't guarantee success. Influencer brands often struggle after the initial excitement fades, leading some to the infamous TJ Maxx curse, where unsold products gather dust in discount aisles. We've seen this pattern before with big names like Jaclyn Hill, and some already predict POV Beauty might share a similar fate. But Mikayla's partnership with Imaginary Ventures, a company behind brands like Skims and Glossier, might give her staying power. Despite all this, Lash Gate remains the elephant in the room. The unresolved mascara controversy haunts Mikayla's reputation. Her continued silence only fuels speculation, leaving many wondering if avoiding transparency might ultimately backfire. This leaves all of us with a crucial question. Should we trust influencer brands at face value or approach them with cautious skepticism? POV Beauty's future depends heavily on Mikayla's willingness to address these criticisms openly and whether her products genuinely deliver on their promises. The beauty community is split, and now the choice is yours. Are you buying the hype or waiting to see if Mikayla's vision truly stands the test of time?